out there, everybody. My name is Jeremiah Craig. Welcome to the Vintage Vino and Espresso Facebook page. I'm going to be playing music here for the next hour or so. And I really think that you should take advantage of the deals right now at Vintage Vino and Espresso. Half price off wine bottles. Are you kidding me? And it's just drive through. You just go right through and pick it up. Gotta love it. All right, let's get to the music. Hey, Carol. I broke my suitcase on the viaduct and Miss Ross said she'd sew a new handle on. I met Ramona in the waiting room and we decided to get lost in the gamelan. Yes, she took me up to the attic now to tell me more about how she was feeling. And we laughed when I lost my shirt and my foot fell through the ceiling now. And I'll wave, wave, wave from above, and I'll wave, wave, wave at you, love, and I'll wave, wave, wave from above on the viaduct. Yeah. Now I saw Blue. He was shaking them trees as I was crossing over the interstate. He was done reaching at that prickly pears, finally trying to put on a little winter's weight. Yes, he told me to come stand upon his shoulders, 'cause the ones at the top are the sweetest. And I know firsthand just what it means. Yes, I can feel it. Yes, I feel it too. And I'll wave, wave, wave from above, and I'll wave, wave, wave at you, love, and I'll wave, wave, wave from above on the viaduct. Yes. Now I make no haste, 'cause if it goes to waste, it was meant to perish. And now I make no haste. I take a good taste, one that I can cherish now, one that I can cherish now. Yes, alright. And the onlookers can think whatever they please, but to me it feels just as real. Maybe even a little bit better. See, I got no problem with frozen custard meals, and I'll probably stay up here quite a bit longer. Yeah, see, I'm just liking it this way, and I think I'll be just fine staying here the rest of my days. Rest of my days, I'll wave, wave, wave from above, and I'll wave, wave, wave at you, love, and I'll wave, wave, wave from above on the viaduct. Yes, yes, I wave high on the viaduct, waving at you, waving back at me now, love. At least 6 feet away, at least 6 feet away, please. Woo! A little bit of viaduct there to kick us off. I hope you are all doing very well. Great to see you, Carol. Great to see you, Neil. Oh, you guys are the best. Coming on over here to the Vintage Vino and Espresso page. All right. I'm going to take a quick share break and make sure that this is on my page as well, so we get as many people in here as possible. I hope you are all doing well there, mainly on the West Coast. is where Vintage Vino and Espresso is based. Oh man, I used to play Vintage Vino and Espresso all the time when I lived in Washington State. One of my favorite places to play too. They were the first place to actually give me a chance to play after I had just moved to the state with my wife, and I'll never forget it. Vintage Vino and Espresso is one of my favorite places to play on the West Coast, for real, and they got some great options. So if you are in the area, please consider ordering lunch right now from a limited food menu. They got soups, they got breakfast sandwiches, they got cheese plates and pretzels, but most of all, it is Friday night. So it's wine time, everybody, and all bottles at Vintage Vino and Espresso are half off right now, so make sure you use that number right there on the side and just order a couple bottles of wine for tonight. You just drive through Vintage Vino and Espresso, walk on or drive up to the window, they hand you the wine, and then you're on your way. Done and done. That's how to spend a lunch break right there. That's what I'm talking about. I hope you're all doing well. Carol won the last 2 live streams. I don't plan on giving anything away today unless somebody really pushes me. I did set aside some things just in case, but I think Carol won everything that I have to give away anyway, so it would just be like triples. Carol's been really lucky these past couple days on this Support Small tour. I really appreciate you guys coming back through. For everybody who doesn't know, I have a YouTube channel where I do this stuff on a regular basis. And if you haven't subscribed to me yet, you're definitely missing out. Neil and Carol know what's up. This song is called Precision Meets Passion. Actually, it doesn't start like that. It starts like this. There we go. Ha. All right. That's better. Oh! It might not have started with a key, but that's where I remember it. Opening a door we hardly see. It needs no one defending it. All the purpose and possibility. The option is accepting it. Working like it took centuries to perfect the fit. Yeah. Precision meets passion. Attention is captive, but a presence of compassion keeps the motions always active. There might be moments of fear, but I don't decline defeat. All the support I have is near. Love is the cosign I need, yet I hear every comment clear from every fraud out on the street, and I never shed a tear. I'm too busy taking the lead. Precision meets passion, far different from the average. The lonely and the lavish fit in one perfect package. Trading notes for creation. Nothing happens overnight. Years went into foundation. Now's the time to rise. Now's the time to rise. Precision meets passion. Attention is captive, but a presence of compassion keeps the motions always active. It might not have started with a key, so much more descended it. If there's one thing you can see, here I find the perfect fit. Precision meets passion. You can hear that on my album In Vacant Dates and Intentions. Yes, yes, yes. I hope you are all doing well out there. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, cheers. Haha. Okay, I'm just gonna tune this. So who's ordering wine tonight? That's what I want to know. Who's got wine on their schedule? I got wine on my schedule, that's for sure. Or maybe some bourbon. We'll see how it goes. Thank you, Carol. Thank you. This next song I'm going to play is one that I wrote in college with my band, the Jack Swift Band. We tried out for this competition that American Idol was doing, except for it was for bands. They called it American Band, and they had all the bands send in all these DVDs of live performances. We ended up putting in one of our first live performances ever, but we never heard anything back. But I still wrote this song after the fact, because we never heard anything back doesn't mean that we would ever stop. And I still haven't stopped. It's called Jack Be Nimble. Yes, I sent in the package just the other day, and I know that you told me it's not the only way. We'll go about masquerading before the day is through. Dance down Melody Lane, just like too few ever do. You hear the horns are blowing and the notes carried by the wind, and you better listen close, love, you won't hear it the same again. Jack, now I'm in an alley, and I'm up against the wall, with all my friends so far away. You're the closest one to call up. So Jack, be nimble, and Jack, be swift. Jack, come around now and give me a lift, because you know I haven't been feeling just a little low, and I need a good friend to come around and sing hello. Yes, I need a good friend to come around and sing. Last week I took Aunt Paula just a piece of your clothes. She said she wanted to see how it wrinkled and how it flowed. I don't know what she thinks. I haven't spoken with her since. It might be weeks or months, or we might never hear from her again. But Jack, now I'm in an alley and I'm up against the wall. I can't get away, and I don't know who else to call. I don't know who else to call. And my fear is the mirror in future years. And I don't want to visit you in the graveyard on Sundays. With my eyes full of tears. No. So Jack be nimble and Jack be swift. Jack, come around now and give me a lift, because you know I have been feeling just a little low, and I need a good friend to come around and sing hello. Yeah. Now the crowd will watch as we walk the baseline, and they'll see us safe on the other side. But for now, Jack, the eye is on you. Go with me safe and go with me true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Jack be nimble and Jack be swift. Jack, come around now and give me a lift, because you know I have been feeling just a little low, and I need a good friend to come around and sing hello. Yeah, yeah. Come around and sing hello. I need a good friend to come around. Jack be nimble, everybody. Jack be nimble. Hello, hello. How's it going out there? It is nearly lunchtime on the West Coast. Cheers to you. It's a great time to put in your order. Vintage Vino and Espresso, so definitely use that number that's right there. Right there, I'm pointing right at it. Use that number and order some wine. It's half price. Whew, how could you go wrong? Order some lunch. Get like a pretzel or cheese plate or something. Treat yourself. Support small business. It's a tough time, you know? Vintage Vino is out here trying, and I appreciate that. I gotta support those who are trying. All right, all right. So this next, hey, how's it going, Thomas? Good to see ya. Carol's calling me out. Boot Jack is well displayed. You caught me. You caught me. I'm promoting that thing back there. If you haven't noticed. JeremiahCraig.com/bootcheck. You caught me. Oh, just had dinner, and all this talk of food is making you hungry again, Neil. Tell me about it. I just had lunch. I'm hungry now too. Especially, my favorite thing was my favorite thing at Vintage Vino and Espresso was the what is that sandwich that they make with the French toast and the ham and the cheese? Oh, I forget what it's called, man. But you dip it in the syrup. Whew, so good. It's so good. Hey, Monica, how's it going? Good to see you again. Oh yeah, Facebook is smart. I'm glad you stopped in here. Good to see you. This is the theme song for me of the quarantine pandemic. Some of you guys might be sick of it who have watched all of the streams, but I want to pass it around to all these pages because it is definitely turning into the theme song for me. It's that 6 feet distance, but 6 feet is much better, or it's not as good as being in the middle of the lake on an inflatable sofa. So this song is called Watch It All Burn from the lake on our inflatable sofa. Well, I barely made it home, Everyone has lost control thanks to the earthquake and mysterious plague. But I believe it was a sign when I found what the looters left behind. Relax, my love, we will soon be safe. So let's use all the air in our chests and simply float away from this mess. Yes, let's go out on the lake in our inflatable sofa and watch the world end. I got some beer and trail mix to hold us over till it's safe to start again. Darling, don't shed a tear, the apocalypse is here, but we can still grow older. We can see it turn and watch it all burn from the lake on our inflatable sofa. As we push off from the shore, we can see the world's at war, thanks to how beautiful the sky is tonight. The ash and clouds above our heads reflects a yellow and a blood red from the cities on fire, but out of sight. So if it's going to be this way, let's try to win and find a good spot to throw the anchor in. Yes, let's go out on the lake in our inflatable sofa and watch the world end. I brought my fishing pole and a propane stove. The bass don't know what's coming for them. Darling, don't shed a tear, the apocalypse is here, but we can still grow older. We can see it turn and watch it all burn from the lake on our inflatable sofa. We can see it turn and watch it all burn from the lake on our inflatable sofa. Watch it all burn from the lake on our inflatable sofa. You can hear that on Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon Music, and Google Play Music, and anywhere else you listen to music. Woo! All right. Oh, man. Yeah, those sandwiches from Vintage Vino and Espresso. So good. So good. But it's not on the limited menu that they have right now. Still, the pretzels and the cheese plates. I've had the cheese plates before too. So good. So good, especially if you get it with some wine. So you take advantage of the half-price wine and you get a cheese plate and just drive up to the window and they hand it to you and go home and have it, or wait until tonight. You can't go wrong. You can't go wrong. They got some great stuff, so consider. All you Maple Valley folks out there. I love Maple Valley. This song is called Out With the Old. I dedicate this to coronavirus. Well, I climbed up to your doorway with my hair all strewn about, and you came out from your mirror and began to shout. Yes, you handed me a poem and I tried to read it aloud, but with unknown allusions, it just brought me down. Yeah. And your strange shadow child, she knew but would not tell, and I was still tossing dimes into the wishing well. And it was not until the day of the feast that I came down to succeed feel okay. I didn't need you anyway. It's no different from what I'm told. Yes, it's in with the new and out with the old. Now I walked in your garden all covered with bliss, because my taste buds blossomed with your gentle kiss. But now you put on makeup and climb down the tree, and I am skipping stones alone, feeling fancy free. Yeah. And sometimes I see your snake. Yes, it slithers through the streets, and I know that she can see me, but our eyes never meet. And anything that I sing will never bring you to tears, for I've seen the spiders crawling from your ears. Yes, I feel okay. I didn't need you anyway. It's no different from what I'm told. Yes, it's in with the new and out with the old. It's in with the new and out with the old. Yes, I feel okay. I didn't need you anyway. It's no different from what I'm told. Yes, it's in with the new and out with the old. Hey Rick, how's it going? That song was called Out with the Old. You are not late. We're just starting this thing. I am not even a quarter of the way through my set list yet. So you're here in just enough time as far as I'm concerned. Thanks for stopping through. I appreciate it. Oh yeah. Okay, so since you can get wine at Vintage Vino and Espresso for half off right now, it will definitely be a new world after this, Carol. It's gonna be interesting to see how this affects people in the long term. It's gonna be really interesting. This is like the Great Depression for our generations. How the Great Depression generation was affected by that. I think we're going to have a similar effect on us and how we live our lives after this. It's gonna be very interesting to see what happens. Really interesting. But let's talk wine again. Half off wine at Vintage Vino and Espresso right now. So here's a song about wine that they make in the desert. It's called Dusty Vines. The blood of the land is in the body of the West, and you can tell around harvest time. Yeah, the fruits of labor make it a grand one to savor, along with the struggle in the vines. You can make it on down to the Cochise County line with the arid air in your nose. Taste the toils and the triumphs and feel the trails of the migrants without leaving to see where it grows. And I raise my glass up high. Yes, I raise my glass to the sky and toast to the whole desert away. Yes, the West is still wild when you look on it for miles, but there's a new kind of gold rush this time, bringing the riches straight to your lips. It's the wine from these dusty vines. It's the wine from these dusty vines, yeah. been the land of the fighters since we learned what it offered. And it's always rewarded the tough. And these vines would make those old gunfighters proud, surviving no matter how rough. For in this old desert, you gotta take what you can get, and get while the getting's good on the land. When the hard winds bring in the rain from the south, you can get clusters that fit in both hands. And I raise my glass up high, yes, I raise my glass to the sky, and toast to the whole desert away. Yes, the West is still wild when you look on it for miles, but there's a new kind of gold rush this time, bringing the riches straight to your lips. It's the wine from these dusty vines. It's the wine from these dusty vines. Going up on the mesa with my dusty Vino, and I'm watching the sun go down. I'll revel in the land's beauty and the wine in the glass, and the fact that it came from its ground. And I'll raise my glass up high, yes, I'll raise my glass to the sky, and toast to the whole desert away. The West is still wild when you look on it for miles, but there's a new kind of gold rush this time, bringing the riches straight to your lips. It's the wine from these dusty vines. It's the wine from these dusty vines. Yeah, alright. Dusty vines, that's what I'm talking about. Hello out there, everybody on the stream right now, and everybody watching after the fact. Because this is the internet, and you can do that. So everybody who's watching this tomorrow, how's it going? The order is still good for tomorrow, too. So definitely get some wine, everybody. What is quarantine without wine? I don't know. I have no idea. I can't tell you. Here's a song that I actually wrote for somebody else. It's the first time I wrote a song for another artist. I wrote this for a singer in LA, but she never did anything with it. So I hate to see it go to waste, so I kept it. It's about a young couple sneaking around and them having to hide their love from the girl's parents. It's called a Cheshire Shows, like a Cheshire cat just coming out of nowhere. That's what happened with her parents. Don't be sneaking around right now, though. Social distancing and all. Just saying. All right, here it goes. I heard the rusty gate swinging through the cracked window that you climb right in. Homeroom thoughts in the morning carry through. Now it starts with the first button. Lay down, lay down, with no company between us. We don't have much time. Steps on the stairs and there's creaks in the truss. Oh, grab your clothes and wait in here till I return. Only in first those 8 Cheshire shores, and I'll make him turn so we can be alone. Tell me where we were. I don't remember how to draw it out. It starts with our love, and we are free now to build it up. Lay down, with no company between us. Shining through the first time, heels on the stairs and there's creaks in the truss. Grab your clothes and wait in here till I return. Only in first throws 8 Cheshire shores, and I'll make her turn so we can be alone. This love, this invincible love. We crash together, no mold for our throats. Take for the dawning of our love. Now you must turn like 8 Cheshire shows. A Cheshire shows. I don't have that one recorded anywhere. I gotta do that still. All right. Bam. Playing a bunch of songs I don't have recorded today. Not bad. Actually, only a couple. This is the last... No, this is the second to last one that I don't have recorded. I like throwing these things in there, though. You know what I'm saying? Thank you, Kara. Glad you liked that one. This is a story about a man who got leprosy. This man was named John Early, and he fought in the Spanish-American War. And then when he came back, he went to the Washington, D.C. Capitol to learn all about the country he had just fought for, visit the Capitol. But he noticed he had these ulcers on his skin. So he went to the doctor while he was in the Capitol, and the doctor says, "Hey, John, I got some bad news for you." And John says, "What's that?" "Well, John, you got leprosy." And he says, "Oh, that's not good." Doc says, "Well, it gets even worse. You see, we don't have a cure for this thing, so we're gonna have to put you in quarantine for the rest of your life." Now, as you can imagine, John Early was kind of shocked at this. So they put him at a house in the Capitol, and they built a wall right down the middle of it, basically made it into a duplex. And he was quarantined in one side, and his family moved into the other side, so he'd play songs through the wall at him. And as you can imagine, this would probably drive anybody a little bit crazy. So he broke out of quarantine and he showed up at different political rallies, sort of speaking out for the rights of people who had leprosy. So they caught him and they put him back in quarantine, but then he'd do it again. He'd break out, show up at these political rallies and say, leprosy lives matter. He broke out so many times, the FBI made a deal with him and they said, hey man, we really don't want to do this anymore, so will you just run a leprosy colony for us and we'll pay you to stay there? And he said yeah, and he did that for like a year and he broke out and did the same thing. So this is a song about that. It's called Bust Out Early John. When I got sick of running, they damned my soul to diamond points. Stamped ulcered and unclean, and that world-old fear cries testaments to the free to keep its shiny sheen. And what can a poor sick man without friends or money do? You can call me Bust Out Early John. Come back with the meds and you'll find me gone. Well, she heard me play mandolin through the wall. Boys and she'd sing along, but with the dissonance of feds pressing the neighbor folks. Hey, she couldn't find the song, and I'm so tired of it all. If only they'd let me go home. Yeah, they call me Bust Out Early John. You'll see my feared face again on that Capitol lawn. Yeah. I got the world behind me. I have feelings and tastes. You'll only find me when I want, and I want to show you ain't chased. No. You catch the news, and I'll catch a Route 1 bus. We'll see who catches it worse. All the true stories are sleeping beneath their trucks, laying blind to the purse. And I won't be the last, and I'm certainly not the first. You can call me Bust Out Early John. I frighten capital crowds who sing capital songs. Yeah. Now they gave me cold shackles when I needed a warm hand. Called my axe tragedies, and I was poked and prodded, locked up and shipped out too, and taxed for my maladies. No matter the results, I'm cuffed as a carrier. Yeah. You can call me Bust Out Early John. When you come back with those meds, you will find me gone. Yeah. Men shrink from me, but only when informed. You'll only find me when I want, and I want to say you've been warned. Yeah. Bust Out Early John. Hey Mom, how's it going? Mom, you just got here in time to hear Man in the Suit of Mirrors. That's what's on my set list next. Yeah, let's go. Man in the Suit of Mirrors. I want to remind everybody who is in Maple Valley or close to it anyways, that you can get the wine at half price and plus a small food menu. It is lunchtime right now, so take advantage of the deals that they got going on right here. Call right there to order now. Use that number right there. I'm pointing right at it. Go, go, go. And I do have a tip jar set up if anybody is interested. JeremiahCraig.com/tips. I am taking PayPal, Venmo, and Cash App. I saw a couple come through last night from Rick and Neil, I believe. Thank you so much. I haven't gotten around to sending thank you emails to you yet, but I certainly will, so you can expect those later. So thank you so much in advance. This song is called Man in the Suit of Mirrors. With a customized charm, he rolls into the room, his 3 hounds at his back. Entering with him is the light of the moon, to light the dark within you, showing you what you lack. He has no title of power, but assumes the air. It is mysteriously allowed. It is his suit that makes him familiar to you, and it brings your guard down. Now, tell your mother to take you back home. Tell your mother my fears. Tell your mother to take you back home, and be afraid of the man in the suit of mirrors. There was an old country ball in the Smithson barn. A wealthy family, 'twas said, in his usual attire under another name. Into that ball he tread. Now, Gerald Smithson owned the mine down the hill. He held parties as he pleased. After a little ale, he told the man in the suit his wells made him sleep easily. Now the man in the suit found young Mary Smithson, the trophy that made Gerald's spouse. Mary had never met someone quite like herself. Soon offered him a tour of the house. She giggled and flirted as he jested his way. From different rooms she would lead, until they came to the bedroom where he sat on the bed. 'Twas a good mattress indeed. Yeah. Hey, tell your mother to take you back home. Tell your mother my fears. Tell your mother to take you back home, and be afraid of the man in the suit of mirrors. Gerald Smithson went looking for his wife, in dire need of a waltz. He went to the house and he called from downstairs. He heard only the echoes of his calls. Climbing the staircase, he went to his room. A cool breeze as he opened the door. His mattress was thin and there were only a few dollars left. Mary lay bare on the floor. Tell your mother to take you back home. Tell your mother my fears. Tell your mother to take you back home, and be afraid of the man in the suit of mirrors. Man in the Suit of Mirrors. You can hear that on my album Gardener Hands, available on Apple Music, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, and Spotify. Yo, yes. Yeah, when I had the show at Vintage Vino and Espresso in person, Mom and Aunt Kay got to see it. Love the Monte Carlo. That's my favorite sandwich. It's my favorite sandwich. Going there. Love it. Man. So good. This is an old Scottish folk song. It's called The Lass of Glenshee. I really like this song a lot. When I first heard it, I believe I heard it first in the Library of Congress website, which is really hard to sort of search around, but I heard the song, I was like, wow, I have to learn that. And then I searched it on Google Music, and I found this other version of it, and I was like, whoa, this is such a cool song, there's so much potential. And then I made my own version with it. So here it is, The Lass of Glenshee. One bright summer's morning, as day was a-dawning, the bright Phoebus had risen from o'er the lea, and I spied a fair maiden all down by the river, herding her flocks on the hills of Glenshee. Well, I stood in amazement, said I, pretty fair maid, if you will come down to St. Jamestown with me, for there's now been a lady set foot in my castle. There's now been a lady dressed grander than this. A coach and 6 horsemen to go at your bidding, and no man that speaks shall say mammon to thee, and servants to serve you and go at your bidding. I'll make you my bride, my sweet lass of Glenshee. She says, what do I care for your castle and coaches? What do I care for your gay grandery? For I'd rather be home at my cart and my spinning, or herding my flocks on the hills of Glenshee. Now away with such nonsense and get up beside me, for when summer has come, my sweet bride you'll be, and then in my arms I will gently caress thee. 'Twas then she consented, and I took her with me. Yeah. Now many years have rolled on since we have united, and there's many a change, but there's no change on me. And my love, she's as fair as the moon on the mountain. I plucked me a wild rose from the hills of Glenshee. Yes, so many years have rolled on since we have united, and there's many a change, but there's no change on me. And my love, she's as fair as the moon on the mountain. I plucked me a wild rose from the hills of Glenshee. The Lass of Glenshee. Love it. Love that old tune. One of my favorite Scottish songs of all time. Where are the bagpipes? That would be fun to do a version of that with bagpipes. Yes. All right. I remember the crew that used to come to all the Vintage Vino shows. Such a great group of people. This was one of their favorite songs that I would play, so I have to include it in the live stream as well. This is actually a really long song that is made up of several little songs. John Connolly. I believe I've heard that song, Carol. It's not coming to mind right now. I'll look it up and see the details with it. This song here is one that I used to play quite frequently at Vintage Vino. It's called The Commandeer. It's a song of adventure, song of love, song of triumph, song of all the good things in life. So I'm going to play it all the way through, and I hope you enjoy it. Let me take one last sip here. The bagpipes drive you even more crazy. Whiskey in the Jar, that's a good classic Irish one, yeah. Here's The Commandeer. Here I go calling, not a gentleman at all. Still I go a calling down to 191. A rain it gently pattered on the furrow of my brow, and with outstretched hand I run into Benjamin Gunn. You will find your treasure, boy, say he with a grin. But always know where you are going, and don't forget where you begun. He may not carry all the wits that he once had, but he knows something of treasure and of being alone. Then he shook my hand and he turned off in the night. Then I saw my treasure and it glimmered more than gold. 'Twas greater than flats find or that any X could mark. This treasure was beautiful, this treasure was bold. One year passed, I saw Gunn walking in the snow, and towards me he came with that grin he'd always show. Start at the beginning, boy, I know you recall well. So I spoke to him like everyone who has an ear to tell. Raise up your ears as I speak of the commandeer. Surprise, surprise, thinking I was happily reserved, knowing really nothing and being so absurd. For you took my eyes, yes, with your lovely words on that premiere summer night. First in Paramount, you took my sight. And you don't need to tell me what I found, Shaman Mir. Yeah. Take me over, love, you're the commandeer. Sub-roasted gems and quirks waiting to be explored, and both of us have a yearning to always learn a little more. As we barter like pirates while the tide is out from shore, yeah, waiting to be taken to another world, where our love will be unfurled. And I don't know how this was ceded to me, but I grovel here. Yeah. Take me over, love, you're the commandeer. travel to the right, sharing inspiration while laying in your stardust, knowing that it's right where I belong. That's right where I belong. Yeah. I'm gonna take it to the cities, I'm gonna take it to the towns. And over a dram of rum, I'll tell the Elliots what I found. I'll tell them to keep their ears wide as they travel round. Yeah, for our love story will go far. Mythologized but kept on par. And with every thought of you, my face fills between the ears. Take me over, love, you're the commandeer. Pulls me towards a freedom haze. A glance gives fear of opiates. There are no signs or locks on gates. We can go anywhere. Finding our own way. The map that we had is in ashes or char. We'll make it on okay, with our sights on the northern star. The seas are sure to be rough. The land will be rocky and tough. A hand out a blind man's bluff. We're supported by the strength of our love. Yeah. Pass around the rum now. Celebrate life from around all shores. As sunup we'll turn around and hear the ripples from our mystical course. Yeah, the seas are sure to be rough. Land will be rocky and tough. A hand out a blind man's blood, supported by the strength of our love. Yeah. came from the old world, Junior, through the ghost towns on the new gold rush. No matter how long you let it pursue ya, you always submit to love. When you're shaking and colored, sea green, or walking a weak plank with nothing but trust, maybe ready to sleep, perchance dream and say there's the rub, and I say, hey, I wanna spend these days dreaming with you, yeah. Hey, I wanna spend these days dreaming with you. Yes, we landed here together, and we're only looking forward, so we rig the ship to blow. You keep that fire burning, you keep the light to make it all explode, and you still take me over love. You're the commandeer. Yeah. Here we are like a decker, giants, barking at the ones who own the land. Amused at watching us pitch tent, but the laughs come softer as they watch us grow. And the reverie pilgrims brought worlds and dreams swinging through billboard skeletons. And what happens when come high water? We'll grab floating doors and follow the flow. Ha! Hey, I wanna spend these days dreaming with you, yeah. Hey, I wanna spend these days dreaming with you. Yes, it looks like we're fair distance. Let's lay here tonight and watch the fireflies glow. I get that fire burning. You start the great fireworks show, and you still take me over love. You're the commandeer. Is that all you got, kid? Bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. Ha! Through the ghost towns on the new gold rush. No matter how long you let it pursue ya, you always submit to love. And you still take me over love. You're the commandeer. 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 Oh, what an epic song. Yes. Whew. Whew. Man. That one sure makes me feel good. You'll have to give me a second. I need a breather after that one. You can hear that on Amazon Music, Spotify, Apple Music, Google Play Music. All 5 songs make up one complete suite. S-U-I-T-E of songs. Whew. Yeah, harmonics. Thanks, Rick. I love the harmonics in that. There's so many different aspects of that song. I just love to play it the whole way through. I don't usually get the chance to play it all the way through nowadays because the live streams and the variety shows that I do, I like to try to keep it kind of short, but on these live streams right here that are just dedicated to music, gotta throw it in when I can. Gotta. Love that whole thing all the way through. Time to slow it down a little bit with a little bit of Busy My Spade. If you guys haven't ordered from Vintage Vino and Espresso yet, what are you waiting for? well, I know some of you guys on the stream aren't really in the area. Like Neil is from Scotland, so he won't be ordering any wine. But if anybody is watching this right now who is in the area, or watching this after the fact who is in the area, please take advantage of the half-off wine bottles sale that they got going on right now. What a great deal. What a great deal. You just drive up through the drive-thru, grab it, and go. They also got breakfast sandwiches if you're waking up late. So you go through, you get your breakfast sandwich for right now, you get your wine for later. What better plan to the day is there? This song is called Busy My Spade. Go on home, you done all you can. You tied the twine to your sister's hand, laid out the bell after she got low. And I was summoned here to be the guide and sing her off to the other side. But if anything should happen, you'll be the first to know. If she laying in the shade of a reaper's gown, I busy my spade when I hear the bell sound, no matter how low, how low, how low, how low. And busy my spade, I busy my spade when I hear that bell now. Yes, I busy my spade, busy my spade. I busy my spade. No one goes to hell now when I busy my spade. I worked in the bone house when I was a boy, making room for the new, pushing back the soil. When I found gouges made from within, maybe a lover, mother or brother. It wasn't long till I found another, put down low when they never should have been. So now at night I sing among the dead and busy my spade when I have accompaniment. I dig and sing, dig and sing, dig and sing, dig and sing, and busy my spade. I busy my spade when I hear that bell now. Yes, I busy my spade, busy my spade. I busy my spade. No one goes to hell now when I busy my spade. Yeah. Yes, she laying in the shade of a reaper's gown, and I busy my spade when I hear the bell sound, no matter how low. And busy my spade, I busy my spade when I hear that bell now. Yes, I busy my spade, I busy my spade, I busy my spade. No one goes to hell now when I busy my spade. Busy my spade. You can hear that on Spotify as well. Whew. Okay, I got one more here. I got one more. We're gonna close things out with a good one about staying true to yourself. Whew. Called Voices in the Overtones. Thank you so much for joining me here today on Vintage Vino and Espresso's page. Huge love to them. Wishing them the best of luck during this time. Vintage Vino, like I said earlier in the stream, one of my favorite places to play ever, especially on the West Coast. So many great times. If you go through some of my Expressway Balladeer videos, you'll see several from Vintage Vino and Espresso. And several just every time something different happens there that just makes it such a great place to play. Love it. So please support them and take advantage of the half-price wine and the limited menu that they got going on right now. Long set. Feeling it. I'm feeling it, Neil. What can I say? I'm just feeling it. Here we go. So this song is called Voices in the Overtones. Okay. Try easy. Trying too hard has betrayed me. Men in the vanguard invade me, and with just a few scars we relax and sneak past in the morning. Now the faceless, built on this bog to be graceless. The earth rolled as the logs to inflate it, and with just a few scars we relax and sneak past in the morning. We were chased in, took it in line for a race when we recalled some sweet wines made with raisins, and we'll drink it in time. We relax and sneak past in the morning. Yeah. Now, just as I noticed, we won't age when we're young and youth when we're grown. Then played a song from home, and I heard voices in the overtones. Yes, hello old friends, you've had much to defend. Come in and dry off for a while. Let's talk away to begin, and I'll pack up my things and ready for every mile. Thanking voices in the overtones. We got half as much as we have expected, but still we took all that we could get. We made it this far only half detected by all those old Confederates. We got half as much as we have expected, that's why we always ask high. With so much not even half elected, it won't take long to wonder why we were pursued at the border, called the eye of the controller, who put our names in a folder and still follows us worriedly. So on the freeway, we sang the old tunes that'd been waylaid by white hairs with brooms from their heyday. But with no stocking moons, we relax and sneak past in the morning. We missed schooling and still showed up late for the ruling, to be branded in hate by the drooling. But with no chain on the gate, we relax and sneak past in the morning. We thought at lengths as we listened to air, and we gave thanks to a beauty so fair that it outranks any hounding despair. We relax and sneak past in the morning. Now, just as I noticed the passengers blamed for a flight that never could have flown, and played a song from home, and I heard voices in the overtones. Yes, hello old friends, you've had much to defend. Come in and dry off for a while. Let's talk away to begin, and I'll pack up my things and ready for every mile. Thanking voices in the overtones. After little thefts and small obsessions, we passed on our tickets to the nosebleeds. Their mistakes are our lessons, and it's cited in our own creed. After little thefts and small obsessions, we all agreed how the deal would go down. In vacant dates and intentions, we are only guided by the sound. And the bells ring clearly, frequencies fly freely, and we follow the feeling to stroll right past security. Yes, alright. Oh. Come hither, rest past the wall just for shivers. Ignore the loud call for quick treasures, for they've come to us all. We relaxed and snug past in the morning. Voices in the overtones. Thank you so much for joining me today, right here on Vintage Vino and Espresso's page. Please support them by calling the number right here and ordering yourself some wine, cheese plate, breakfast sandwich, whatever you're feeling. Half price off wine, so take advantage of it for those of you in the Maple Valley area. My name is Jeremiah Craig. Thank you so much for joining me today. You can always find more at jeremiahcraig.com. It's got links to everywhere, and I am everywhere. And if you can't even remember that, just search Jeremiah Craig, and I should show up pretty easily. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time. Stay happy, healthy, and smart out there. I'm rooting for you. Peace, everybody. Have a good one.